I am super honored that I was asked to speak at your guys' retreat. Thank you so much for asking me. First of all, I want to let you guys know that every single one of you can achieve your goals with Pampered Chef, whether that be promote to director, promote to executive, quit your full-time job, make the craziest paycheck you ever thought imaginable, promote to executive, or promote to national. It all begins with the belief that you can. You can take your business wherever you want it. In order to take your business there, you need to start with a solid calendar, the decision to go towards that goal, and sharing the opportunity with anybody who will listen. I truly believe that every single goal that I have earned with the company or that other people in the company have really reached high heights with the company is because they decided they were going to go and do it. Have you ever earned something or worked towards a goal, whether that be a 12-kilometer race or an incentive trip, and you made the decision, I am going for this and I'm going to do it no matter what it takes? Once you make that decision, it is insane what it sets into motion. So you want to make sure that everybody on your team knows what goal you're working towards. All of your customers know what goal you're working towards. So if you're working towards your first incentive trip, you want to tell everybody about where the incentive trip is, what you have to do to earn it, and who's going to help you get there. I've always heard people talking about sharing a vision, and they've all showed their big organizational charts. And I had really, thought that was great. But it wasn't until I truly began sharing my vision of where I could see our team going that people started to step up to the plate and wanted to be a part of that vision. So I had decided, after being an executive for a few years, and I was there for quite a few years, about 5, and I said, it's time for us to move and it's time for us to grow. This is what we need in order to make that happen. People stepped up to the plate to make that happen. So same if you're trying to promote to directorship, tell people that that's where you want to create a team and you're looking for your founding members of your directorship team. I highly recommend manifesting that shit. My team will tell you this over and over that I say that all the time. I am huge on manifestation, and it is insane how much it can affect your business. So for example, last year I was about $1,000 short of my numbers, and I remember saying to my husband all week, all month, I just need $1,000 to fall from the sky. I just need $1,000. I just need $1,000. I put it on my fridge. I put it on my bathroom mirror. I literally had someone call me with an $1,100 order that week. I recently promoted a director on my team in 29 days. And I said to her, I kept saying, I just need a rock star to fall into my lap. So I just manifested that. I talk about it all the time. I think about it all the time. Or one of the manifestations I really like to use is I am going to be so booked that I am going to be overwhelmed and I'm going to have to come up with a system to deal with all my bookings. Bookings come to me quickly and easily. So when you start saying these things to yourself, bookings come to me quickly and easily. Amazing team members will find me. We are meant to work together. I am going to build a brand new team that's going to skyrocket to the top. If you're talking to yourself and saying, well, I'm not good at technology, or I don't know why someone would want to join my team, no one wants to book a party right now. You're going to manifest that onto your business. So if you're constantly thinking I am going to be the next Pampered Chef executive, I'm going to be the next Pampered Chef director, it's going to happen this day, I'm going to be so packed for bookings, I'm going to be praying that they cancel. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Put your dreams onto, if you don't have a vision board, I highly recommend doing a vision board and think big. Sometimes we think just to the minimums, I need 5 people and $6,000. No, let's get 10 people on your team and let's go for $20,000. And then you're going to have the momentum to move up in the career plan. So tell everybody your goal, what you're working towards. And when you sit down to work, you're doing income generating activities. You're not stamping your catalogs. And even if you're a director and above, you need to get a virtual assistant for about $10 an hour, is what I pay a couple of mine. and they set up my parties for me. So they set up the groups, they put the cover photo on, they put the pinned announcement, and then when I say the host is ready and she's begun adding her friends, they schedule my parties on Post My Party. They schedule my posts on my team page. They do all my recognition, because that stuff's great and it's super important to our businesses, but it's not really income generating. You want to take a look at your business and see what you can delegate, eliminate, or automate. So what in your business that's super repetitive that we do all the time? So for example, host coaching. We send the same messages to our hosts every day. How can we automate that? How can we delegate someone else to send those messages for us? Or how can we eliminate something that we're doing that's just not bringing us much income or joy into our life? So I really want you to think about some areas of your life that you could automate, eliminate, or delegate. We just heard Rory Vaden speak this month, and he said their biggest push and biggest problem time was from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. with kids. The kids would have come home from school, be unpacking their lunches, they'd be making dinner, they'd be trying to do homework, then repacking their lunches, doing the dishes. They hired a gal from across the road for $10 an hour for this time frame, and it completely changed their life. They were able to spend more time as a family, not have to worry about cleaning up the dishes, and it made them really focus on what they needed to do, whether that be a conference call or whether that be working with the kids' homework, things like that. So you can definitely, all of you, put an ad out and say, I'm looking for some helping hands around the house. If you're spending 2 hours a week and you're folding laundry, when you can pay somebody, $10 an hour or $15 an hour to spend that $20 or $30 doing your laundry, and then you're focused on, talking to people about your business and getting bookings and working with people to promote, that is where you need to be spending your time. So what are some things we can't automate? Maybe recruiting. That would be a little strange to automate. I wish we could just robotize that and recruit all the peoples, but that's not really how it works. Promoting leaders, that needs a lot of one-on-one time and working with people to make that happen. Getting bookings you can almost automate, where you're sending messages to a bunch of people. So you can add somebody onto your business page on the back end. It's under settings and then page roles. So they're not logging into your Facebook. They set up your groups that way. And then they can even message your hosts for you. They can send out booking messages. So you can kind of automate that as well. Another software that I've learned of lately, it's called Project Broadcast. This is an incredible website that actually texts your customers, because I don't know about you guys, but who has time for customer care? But I really want to do customer care. So what you can do is, this would be a great task for a virtual assistant. They can take all of the people who've purchased from you from, in 2020, January forward, upload all of their phone numbers in there, and then you can set up a template that'll say, hey, and you import their names with their phone number. Hey, Susan, just following up to see how you're enjoying your stuff. Do you need any more recipes? We've had a few amazing catalogs come out. There's some really cool new stuff. Would you be interested in hosting a holiday party of your own? I have a few spots left in October or November. And then you can also do things like, it's called a drip campaign, where you're doing the 222. So you would import somebody's phone number that is just purchased from you, and the first message would be, thank you so much for your business, I really appreciate your order. Then about 4 weeks after, you can get a message sent out that says, hey, just wondering, I want to make sure you're happy. You have 120 days to exchange or do a refund if there's something that you're not enjoying or you're not using. And then 2 months later, send them a message and ask them for the booking. So I have been getting bookings on Project Broadcast. And it actually goes onto the website, so they're not messaging my phone, so I can then go on there and check all my messages on Project Broadcast. So just some ideas of things that you can use. If you are not on a posting app, either Cint, Share, or Post My Party, this is your number one task to do. You want to make sure you're on a posting app, because that is not income generating, manually posting all of your parties. So that is your number one task if you are not on one already. So as we like to say, all things in the company or in your business can be resolved with recruiting. New lifeblood is literally the best part of our business when you get new, fresh, excited people. And with virtual business, it's never been easier to get them started. And training them right from the beginning that 4 shows a week minimum is our gold standard. One show might be $0, one might be $200, one might be $500, and one might be $1,000. But if you just did the $0 or $200 party, how much longer do you think this new consultant is going to keep going with the business? So you really want them to know that at least 4 to 6 to 8 parties a week is the best way to be successful. And from every 4 of those parties, you're going to add 1 more. And this is again where the posting app comes in. You don't want to tell somebody like you should do 6 parties a week and you should manually schedule all 6 parties. You want to make sure that you're getting them started on a posting app right away, great tax write-off, and it's going to get them off to a really great start. So asking talking about recruiting, asking your host 5 times. So that's not saying, do you want to join? Do you want to join? Do you want to join? But I always say that the first ask is the most important and the last ask. So the first ask is, hey, I'm setting up your party. Just so you know, I can do this party for you. And you're still going to get the shopping spree, but you're actually going to get the paycheck as well. So that would be the first ask. And then of course, as the party goes, you can let them know like your friends are loving this, like you should do this. We can put the kit credit, you can use the kit credit towards your free stuff. But the last ask is so important. So I love this new booking incentive that Pampered Chef has put out for us, with having 3 bookings put in from that party and they get a $60 shopping spree. So you're gonna work really hard to get bookings from that party to her. And then you need to go to her and tell her, just so you know, I did get 3 or 4 bookings from your party. These bookings would be yours. Most often people think that they're going to keep those bookings, that you're going to keep those bookings. And they're like, well, how am I going to sign up now if she booked a party with all my friends? You need to tell her that you're going to give her those bookings because she does not know that. So my favorite line is, do you want to attend these 3 parties and spend money? Or do you want to do these 3 parties and make money? Good one, right? Good old Krista for that one. So they would be crazy not to join and do Pampered Chef if they already have 3 or 4 bookings. So that's kind of the 5 asks for the host. And I would say that I tend to recruit mainly hosts. You want to try and build relationships with people in your party. So you want to try and have about, if you can, 5 two-way conversations with people in the party. Then you're building relationships, you're getting to know people, you can bring up the business a lot easier. I always say that I like to bring up the business super casually. So, hey, Susan, you've been awesome in this party. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? Super easy way to ask. If you start with the biggest ask first, you'll find that you'll book a lot of shows because women don't like to say no twice. They feel like they're being rude. So if you start with, hey, have you ever thought about doing something like this? You'd be awesome. You've been so great in this party. You've been better than I have. So if you start with that and they say no, and then you say, well, how about a party? It seems like you guys got a lot of friends that love Pampered Chef and I'd love to do. Susan's only 1 booking away from getting a special shopping spree from Pampered Chef. What do you think? So the most common reason that people book parties is not for the free stuff, if you can believe it. It is not for the host special that month. It is the most common reason that someone will book a party with you is A, because they like and trust you. Can you think about a direct sales party that you went to that you were like, this broad, like I'm not a fan? Do you think you're going to book a party with her when you weren't a fan of the consultant? No. So make it fun, make it exciting. And then the second most common reason that they're going to book is they're going to book to help their host. So they want to book to help their friend. So I text every single person who orders from the party via Project Broadcast. I upload their phone numbers at the end of the month, end of the week of parties, and I send them a text that says, thank you so much for your order. I really appreciate your business. And then it'll upload the host name. Host name is only 1 booking away from getting a special shopping spree from Pampered Chef. Would you be able to help her out? We can book into October, November, or December. Or sometimes I just take that out because I like to book close in. So even if your calendar is completely empty for October, You can fill your calendar in, it just takes time. Sitting down, messaging people for bookings. And I like to always end my booking asks with, what do you think? So that it's prompting them to respond. The most common response you're gonna get is no response. Totally normal. What you need to do is go back and follow up with these people. So most of my bookings come from the second or the third ask. So super important to go back and ask again and again. So have you guys made the decision of what your goal is? Have you decided what you would like to work towards? Is it an incentive trip? Is it directorship? Is it executive? Is it national executive? Have you truly made that decision, written it down, manifested it, thought of it, can't sleep because of it? Make that decision of what your goal is and what you're going to do to get there. Whether it's carving out time to work, your work hours, whether it's putting your kids in childcare, whether it's working to fill your calendar as full as you possibly can, and then building your team. That's how you're going to do it. Thank you so much for having me on this call, you guys, or having me at your retreat. I really appreciate it. I respect all of you so much, and I know that you guys are going to absolutely rock the next 3 months. These next 3 months can be life-changing.